Hello everyone, welcome back to my IELTS stream. In today's video, we are going to learn about introduction paragraph of your IELTS essays. How to write the introduction for all categories of essays. First, we are going to see the steps involved in writing an introduction, and then we are going to see 10 different questions. One question for each category. So you will not only learn how to write an introduction, but you will also get to see how to paraphrase 10 different samples, and you will also get to know how to generate ideas for 10 different types of questions. Let's start off. This is our introduction checklist. The introduction should tell the examiner what is the plan of the essay. So this means that your introduction is your first paragraph, and the function of that paragraph is to let the examiner know what is your plan, what he or she should expect is coming in the next paragraphs. Also, the introduction should introduce the examiner to the concept of the question. You should not write like this question will discuss the reasons for my stand or things like those. You should only directly write what your ideas are. There should be no background statement. Some teachers might tell you to write a background statement, and I agree that there is more than one way by which you can do an IELTS essay, but it is better to stick to one particular method and follow that so that there is no confusion. And ex-examiners also recommend not writing a background statement. So let's come to what we are supposed to do. We will first paraphrase the question concept. The first sentence of your question is the concept, and paraphrasing means writing the same thing in different words. The best way to paraphrase the concept of the question is by changing both the grammar and the vocabulary as much as possible in order to maintain accuracy. So you should maintain accuracy when you paraphrase the question. The meaning of the question should not change, but you should try as much as you can to change the sentence structure as well as to change the words. Give your stand. This is your second step, which is also known as thesis statement, if required. So not all IELTS questions ask for your stand. There are particular categories which ask for the stand, and whichever category asks you to give your stand on something, you should write it after the paraphrasing. The third sentence will be your outline statement, and it will give the examiner your ideas, and they should be written in precise, straightforward statements. No roaming around, no beating around the bush. You should straight away come to the point and give your ideas in precise, straightforward statements in your outline statement. And these three things are all that you need to do in your IELTS introduction paragraph. The categories that we will cover in today's video are agree or disagree, advantages and disadvantages, advantages outweigh disadvantages, discuss both views and give your opinion, problems associated and solutions, causes and solutions, positive or negative development, and 3 different types of mixed or double questions. So this is how we are going to understand how to write an introduction. We will see a sample question and then we will see a sample answer. Spoken communication is always more powerful than written. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So first we are paraphrasing. It is said that written forms of interactions are less impactful as compared to verbal conversations. So this is paraphrasing. We have written the same thing in different words and it still means the same as the question. But we have changed the grammar and we have changed some words. So the question starts by talking about spoken communication and ends by talking about written communication. So we have inverted that and we have started by writing about written communication. It is said that written forms of interactions are less impactful. Here it says more powerful, spoken communication is more powerful. So we are writing written communication are less impactful as compared to verbal conversations. So what words have we changed here? Instead of spoken communication, we have written verbal conversations. Instead of more powerful than written here, but here we have said written forms of interactions. And instead of more powerful, and as we have inverted the sentence, we have written less impactful. So this is our paraphrasing. Now we will go ahead and read our stand, because this question is asking us to what extent do you agree. This essay agrees with the given view. This is our stand, and now we are giving our 2 reasons, as speaking enables the use of body language and it is much faster than writing. So this is our thesis statement, this is our outline statement. They both don't have to be in separate sentences, they can be in the same sentence. But you see that the introduction is pretty straightforward and there is no beating around the bush. There are no background statements, there is a straightaway paraphrasing, then our thesis statement, then our ideas. Next question. Nowadays, people are spending long time away from home as they spend more time in their workplace. What are the advantages and disadvantages? People are spending a long time away from home as they spend more time in their workplace. Let's look at our paraphrasing. These days, people are working for longer hours and are consequently unable to spend enough time at their homes. So we have paraphrased it. Now the question did not ask for a stand, so we are not going to write a stand. The positive outcome of this is that they will excel at professional skills. We are directly writing the advantage. Instead of advantage, we are using the term positive outcome. Whereas the negative side is that they will have a weaker relationship with their families. So in such type of a question, we do not need to give a thesis statement, as the question did not want a thesis statement from us. We are just going to paraphrase and we are going to answer the question, and our introduction is done. Question number 3. Some people use social media to keep in touch with other people and news events. Some people use social media to keep in touch with other people and news events. Do the advantages of this outweigh the disadvantages? So you have to give a stand here. You have to say which one is heavier, which one is powerful than the other. Online social networks are utilized to stay in touch with current events and to communicate with other people. So online social networks. What was the question? Then the question, which term was used? Social media. Instead of social media, we are using online social networks. Some people use, instead of that, we are using are utilized to stay in touch with current events. Current events, news events. And to communicate with other people, keep in touch with other people. So this is how we have paraphrased the question. Now we are giving our stand. The benefit that can be reaped from it overshadows the loss incurred. So instead of simply writing advantages and disadvantages, we have used different words, benefit and loss. And we have given our stand. We say that advantages overshadow the disadvantages. Now we are going to give our ideas. Although using these networks can cause addictive behavior, so this is a disadvantage. They save much more time than other means of communication. This is our advantage. So we have given our stand over here and we have given our ideas here. And that is the end of our introduction. Question number 4. Some people say that only online material should be used for students to study, whereas others say that only printed material should be used. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So in this question, we have been given 2 different opinions, plus the question wants our own opinion on the topic. Some say that online material should be used, whereas others say that printed should be used. Discuss both views. You are supposed to discuss both of them and give your opinion as well. So this introduction will be a little bit tricky because we are going to be paraphrasing the two opinions and giving the reasons for both of them at the same time. Some argue that only online material should be used by pupils for their work, as it is environment friendly, whereas others favor printed papers or books as they are harmless for the eyesight. So we have discussed both the views here. And now we are going to give our stand. This essay is in favor of the former opinion, as the internet will save a learner's time much more than other methods. So we are giving our opinion and we are giving our reasons as well. So this is the trickiest introduction that you might get in the categories of IELTS, and this is how you're supposed to face it. The easiest way, there can be other ways to face it, but this is the easiest way. Start with the first opinion, give the reason for that. Then write the second opinion, then give the reason for that. Then give your opinion and your reason. That's it. Number 5. Young people migrate from villages and rural areas to cities in search of education and employment. What are the problems associated with this and what are the solutions? Young people migrate from villages and rural areas to cities. And why do they migrate? They search education and employment. Now, what are the problems associated with this and what are the solutions? So the question is asking us, because of this issue, what other issues are happening and what are the possible solutions? Let's paraphrase. The search for jobs and better studies often drives youngsters away from their homes in rural areas to metropolitan cities. This is our paraphrasing. Now we are supposed to give the problem associated. There is no stand in this question, so we are not going to give a thesis statement. The issue resulting from this is overpopulation in urban areas, and a viable route to resolve the issue could be for the government to spend equally on villages in order to create more opportunities. So instead of problem associated, we are using the words issue resulting, and instead of solution, we are saying a viable route to resolve the issue. That's it. Again, a short introduction, but it tells the examiner everything what they're going to see in the coming paragraphs. Number 6. People often do not interact with their neighbors, and this is harming communities. What are the causes for this and what are the possible solutions? So what issue do we have in front of us? That people do not interact with their neighbors and this is harming communities. Fine, we understand. What does the question require us to do? The question is asking us what are the causes for this problem. The question is not asking us what are the other problems happening because of this problem, but we have to take a step back and wonder what leads to this problem and what could be the solution. People residing in the same localities are facing issues as they usually do not communicate with each other. So we have paraphrased the question. There is no thesis statement required, so we'll directly jump onto the cause. The reason behind this could be their busy lifestyles, and a viable way to out for these neighborhoods is to build community centers. So pretty straightforward, and we are just paraphrasing and we are giving the cause and we are giving the solution. The cause is the busy lifestyle, whereas the solution could be building community centers where they could meet, have activities, games, discussions, and make friends with one another. Earlier, people used to wear clothes of their culture. Now people wear the same type of clothes all over the world. So this is a change being described, a comparison being described in past and in present. Earlier, people used to wear clothes of their culture, whereas now people wear the same type of clothes all over the world. Is this a positive or a negative development? So you have to take a stand and you have to give reasons for your stand. Paraphrasing. People these days prefer to have the same type of attire around the world, unlike earlier, when they usually wore traditional clothes. This is an unwelcome change as it will cause a decline in diversity and hurt businesses of local boutiques. So we are giving our stand over here. This is an unwelcome change. So we are saying that this is a negative development, and we have to give 2 reasons. It will cause a decline in diversity and hurt businesses of local boutiques. So this question is pretty similar to agree-disagree question. And you have, like there you have to paraphrase, give your stand, give 2 reasons. The same thing you have to do here. Paraphrase, give your stand, give 2 reasons. That's it. Number 8. In some countries, celebrities can now earn more than senior politicians. Again, there's a comparison. What is the reason for this, and is this a positive or a negative development? So we have come to mixed or double questions, and this is the first type of double question that you will see. Here we are seeing 2 categories being mixed. What is the reason for this? So reason as in cause, and is this a positive or a negative development? So we have mixed 2 different categories and made 1 question for the same concept. So this is the first type of mixed question where you get 2 categories mixed up. Let's see how to approach it. The steps will remain the same. Experienced political leaders in some nations get paid less than entertainers these days. The cause for this could be that these popular personalities gain multiple streams of income through their work, and it is a welcome change as most of these celebrities contribute hugely to society's welfare. So this is how we are supposed to give your first paragraph, your introduction paragraph for a mixed question of this type. Paraphrase, give the answer for the first question. Then give the answer for the second question. And the second question is asking you to take a stand as well. So you are going to give a stand and then give your reason, but give only 1 reason. Don't give 2 reasons because this is a mixed question. So just give 1 reason and that should be enough. Number 9. This is the second type of mixed question. News plays an important part in most people's lives. Why is news so important for people? Why is so much time on news channels dedicated to bad news? So this is the second type of mixed question. Here you have 1 question from 1 category and you have 1 direct question. Why is news so important for people? And the concept is news plays an important part in most people's lives. So this question is asking us the cause. Why does this happen? Why is it so important? And this is a direct question. Why is so much time on news channels dedicated to bad news? So this is a direct question and let's see how to approach it. For most people, it is essential to stay in touch with the current news events. This is because whatever happens around the world could affect a person's life. So this is the cause, this is the answer for the first question. Now we are going to answer the second question, which is very direct. And the channels cover unpleasant things more as these seem to gain better viewership. So we have paraphrased it. We have given the first answer and we have given the second answer. Our last question for the day. I hope that you have learned good and I hope that you all are still with me. You haven't fallen asleep. Let's read ahead. Public speaking is required in professional life for like presentations or speeches, etc. Yet many people get nervous while speaking in front of an audience. Why is public speaking important and should it be taught in schools? So you might see here that there is no category of IELTS question followed here, IELTS essay question, except this is somewhat similar to the causes but not very much. It is not asking us why are people afraid of public speaking. It is asking us why is public speaking important and should it be taught in schools. So both are quite direct questions. And the concept is of 2 sentences. Public speaking is required in professional life, yet many get nervous while speaking in front of an audience. Why is public speaking important, and should it be taught in schools? Paraphrasing. People are required to speak in front of viewers. Sorry, this is a typing error. People are required to speak in front of viewers during their careers for project presentations and other work. Many face stage fright while doing so. So we have paraphrasing both the sentences. Public speaking is essential as it provides a broad reach to the speaker. So we have answered the first question. And it should be included in school curriculum. We are answering the second question. We are giving a stand, and then we are giving a reason, as it would enable students to become influential members of society. So we have followed the same steps throughout for all the categories of essays, and we have answered all of them. We have written introductions for all of them. We have seen paraphrasing, we have seen idea generation for 10 different questions today. If you would actually be sincere and utilize this video, you will be able to write entire essays for all the 10 questions, and that would be a real boost to your IELTS preparation. The steps are, again, I will revise. Paraphrase, number 1. Number 2, if you are required to give your stand, give your stand. And number 3, give your reasons, which should be straightforward in your introduction, and no background statement is required. So that's it for today. Let's talk about us for a moment. We are My IELTS Dream. We have trained a lot of students. Our head faculty is very much experienced and has appeared for both the academic and the general modules herself, and our students also have scored 7.5 in writing. You can go to our Facebook page and you can read the reviews. Our students have scored 8.5 and overall and 7.5 in writing. We offer several services, essay and task 1 evaluation service. We also offer one-on-one teaching sessions, and we solve queries as well. We are building our website for now. It is in the process. Hopefully it will be out soon. If you have any questions, you can reach us on myieltsdream123@gmail.com. We will be more than happy to help you. Keep in touch and stay tuned for more from us. All the best for your IELTS preparation. Good luck.